Hello and welcome to our virtual tour of our 2018 Nissan X-Trail ST 7-seater. A little bit about us here at Pacific Toyota and Lexus of Cairns. I am standing at one of two of our pre-owned vehicle yards where we have about 200 vehicles in stock, going through about 160 on any given month. As you can see, we've got our multi-level showroom over the back there here in the city. Quite a variety of vehicles. About a kilometre into town there, you'll come across the heart of Cairns. And as you go along Mulgrave Road, heading out of town, you will come across a brand new part of Toyota and Lexus, parts and services out the back, and our second pre-owned vehicle yard as well. Throughout the video though, I'll be going over the X-Trail here in complete detail, just simply pointing out any blemishes that may appear that you'll be looking for at first point of sale. So what I'll do is start down around the front here. Now obviously it's got the nice big alloy wheels. We just want to make sure that there's no scratching, gutter rash, chunks taken out of them, anything like that. And obviously excellent amount of tyre tread. Has to look like the new tyres. You can still see the little tabs on them there, and up underneath the arches for you. Beautiful. I want to be covering each panel as we go, just trying to find those small little imperfections to point out. For example, a couple little markings along the front here. These type of stone chips are to be expected, and a couple of them that are obviously taken through the paint can be brush touched before leaving our possession. We do get a paint perfectionist to go around the vehicle, color code, and obviously make sure that they're all brush touched properly so they don't stand out. Beautiful. So a couple little markings, a couple of things of just dirt on there. Gets its final detail before leaving our possession as well. Across the bonnet, nice and straight, no major dings or dents. And again, just a couple of those little stone chips that will be brush touched before leaving. But overall, no major dings or damages. Beautiful. Down the passenger side though, make sure we've got a nice, clean, straight body. We'll keep covering each panel as we go along. On the front left, again, just make sure it's a nice, clean alloy. An excellent amount of tyre tread again, with those little spokes still. So part of the roadworthy. Obviously things like the tyres and brakes and all that. All vehicles are a drive-away price in Queensland, which includes all your on-roads and roadworthy certificate. So, a couple of little markings there. One was a bit of dirt, but they're the type of things we do want to be looking for. And it's just polished powder there, seems to be coming off. But they're the type of things we want to be going around and trying to point out, just to be as transparent as we can with these videos. But overall, down the passenger side there, nice and tidy. Like I said, no major dings or dents, just trying to give you a good angle with the lighting to show. On the back left, just making sure we've got the consistency with the wheels all the way around in regards to condition of the alloys and obviously the tyre tread itself. Around the back, so making sure we've got a nice straight back end. Haven't copped any major knocks or dings or dents back here. We do have our built-in reversing camera just up underneath there, which we'll see in action shortly. And to be honest, we do have a couple of markings along the rear bumper here. Now these here, normally things like luggage markings. So if I open up the boot, you can see that's kind of the first point of contact where anything would touch if loading in and out of the boot. While we're back here, have a look through, making sure that the back end here is nice and clean and tidy. No cuts, tears, major damages. Now obviously you do have the parcel shelf here, which can either be attached up top or obviously removed, and these 7 seats here can be used. So lifts up nicely. Double check the condition of the seating for you. Beautiful. Sometimes these shelves do get taken out and don't get put back in, so it's always good to see one inside the vehicle. And underneath, nice little storage area, which that shelf can actually be tucked away in if need be. Beautiful. We'll make our way down the driver's side now. Again, just trying to give you a really good angle of the body, but keep covering each panel as we go. Beautiful. Last and final wheel. Nice and consistent all the way around, which is great to see. Yeah, As we make our way down, you do normally expect a couple of knocks on the inside of the driver's door. This one looks fairly clean and tidy. Little marking there, which seems to be cleaning off. But normally you get a few knocks there, obviously being the most commonly used door, that's all. So it's always good to double check those sort of areas. As you can see overall down the driver's side, excellent condition. No dings, dents, scratches, anything like that. On the windscreen, making sure there's no major chips or cracks. Again, just part of that roadworthy. And across the roof, make sure there's no major dings or dents or hail damage. That's a little bit of water up there. Obviously, we've copped a bit of rains up here lately, being wet season. We'll now make our way through the interior, just make sure it's just as tidy. So on the door carts, looking for things like wear and tear around the handles, looking for scuff marks down along the bottom. Excellent condition. On the seats, we do want to be looking for cuts, tears, burns, stain marks, anything like that. As you can see, those seats are sitting a bit further forward. That's simply because these middle rows now actually have a run of their own. So if you've got a baby seat or something, you don't need the extra leg room here. It obviously provides it for the back seats, which is always great. You do have the floor mats, so we'll double check underneath that we're not trying to hide anything. But obviously that extra bit of protection is always good. And for the hood lining, nice and clean and tidy, not starting to sag or bubble or anything. You wouldn't expect at this age anyway. So your little black button there is obviously for your keyless entry. And on the driver's door, again, just checking for that wear and tear. You obviously got your electric windows, central locking in for your side mirrors, and very minimal in the way of things like scuff marks and that. What we'll do, we'll jump in, we'll start it up for you. Foot on the brake, and it's just a push button start there. Beautiful. On your side mirrors here, a little button, nice and practical, just folds in those mirrors there, making it nice and handy in things like car parks, where obviously if you're in a tight space down the cities. All your trip meter switches, traction controls, eco mode, all those sort of things down the right hand side there. On the steering wheel, everything to do with obviously your cruise control, but also to do with your hands-free and the Bluetooth there. Nice large display screen up in the middle here. At the end of the day, we can obviously have a bit of a flick through all the different settings that do show up. Digital speedo there, your distance, fuel consumptions, radio, safety shields, all those types of extras up on the display screen. As you can see, it's done 56,284 kilometers. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, all of our controls obviously for the head unit and for that display screen there. So on the display screen, obviously you've got all your modern day things, your CDs, your Bluetooth, your USB AUX connections and that go through there. It's also where that nice reversing camera shows up out the back as well, giving you that great vision, which is very practical in a vehicle of this size these days. Just below that though, all of our air conditioning controls and those connection points obviously for the head unit as well. Like most nowadays, it is an automatic, but up front, just make sure it's just as clean and tidy as the rest of the vehicle. No major damages, wear and tear, spots. Across the dash, no fading, cracking, not starting to go sticky or anything. We've also got the carpet floor mats up front too. In here, double check, got the books. We'll have a bit of a flick through. Obviously, the main one we want to know about is the service side of things. So, at the end of the day, as you can see, we're up to date. 30, 40, 45, beautiful. And next one due at 66,000 there. So you've got about another 10,000 Ks until your next service is due. Last but not least, so we'll pop the bonnet and have a look underneath while she's still running. Beautiful. So underneath the engine bay, making sure there's no red dust or rust or anything you wouldn't really expect on a vehicle like this. I'm also having a good listen, making sure that there is no major knocks, rattles, squeals or anything at all. Running nicely, nice and clean and tidy underneath all the bonnet there. But that was our virtual tour though of our 2018 Nissan X-Trail ST 7-seater. I hope you enjoyed and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.